My name's Joel Goldies, and I'm consulting on the dialects in Saturday Night at the Palace. Usually when people ask me what the toughest dialects to teach are, this one is always right up there at the top of the list. It's funny for Americans because it sounds like a combination of 3 or 4 other dialects. It sounds like there are chunks of German or Dutch accents, Australian or New Zealand, English accents, and some things that occasionally sound American as well. So it's this funny mixture that makes it hard for an actor to get a handle on. Well, I don't know if you can see this and if this will translate, but you can see some of my notes on a page of the dialogue. So I've noted all the sound changes, which are many. There's a whole lot of Afrikaans language mixed into the text here, and that's going to be one thing that's a challenge both for the actors and for the audience to be able to understand it. At one point, one of the guys says to the other guy to have this guy Dougie come and bring them a car, and they call it the baki, which is fairly understandable. We might get buggy out of that, which is close. And then another one they use, which is one of the guys calls somebody a big poop hole, there we go, poop hole, which is fairly self-explanatory, so I think you can figure that one out. Well, I'm looking to make sure that things are consistent, for one thing. That's a big part of what I'm here to do, because if the audience gets used to hearing a sound a certain way, if the actor does it another way, it sounds off to them. They may not be able to peg what that was exactly, but the dialect won't quite fit. We also want the audience to be able to take the dialect in the first few minutes the actor is speaking, figure out what they're doing, and then be able to release that sense of having to listen to the dialect so they can just listen to what the actor's saying. So that's one big part. The other big part is just making sure that things can be clearly understood. The actors have been living with this for several weeks and several years, given this production. So they're very accustomed to all the place names and people's names and the Afrikaans words, the foreign words, and those might be easy for them to say, but they may forget that the audience is hearing them for the first time. So it's important to let the audience into it, give them a little moment to understand that that's a foreign name or a foreign word that they're saying, so they don't get caught and think that's an English word that they've misunderstood. I can be reached through thedialectcoach.com. That's my website, and there's lots of information about dialects and things there. Well, there's slepgat, which at this point I can't even remember the meaning of, but it's bad. I remember that.